So as I was getting ready to sit down and record this episode of Bottom to the Top, which will feature our UEFA Champions League semifinal matchup against Real Madrid, I went into my drawer to pick out a clean kit, and I came up with this, which I figured I couldn't wear. And then I came up with this, which is the Spanish national kit. Probably not the best idea. I think I need to do laundry. It's hockey today. And welcome back, everyone, to episode number 92 of Bottom to the Top. I'm Mr. Cellophane. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Welcome back. We do have 4 matches remaining in the Premier League. We find ourselves 9 points behind Manchester City. With those 4 to play, we do have a game in hand on them, but the chances of catching up with City, even though we do have a generally favorable run-in after Liverpool sitting in 5th, we take on Southampton, we take on Sunderland, we take on Leicester in 18th, 16th, and 13th places in the league. So a very favorable run-in for us, but City would have to massively falter. Probably not going to happen. So we are focusing on the Champions League. We are in the semi-finals. In Fulham's first ever appearance in the competition, we're taking on Real Madrid. We start off at home at Craven Cottage before we head to the capital city of Spain. And this is the team we hope will get it done. Nicolas Shavlina in goal, a back 4 of Guest, Sissoko, Gnayem, and Ivan Fresneda coming in for Luke Couchman, the 22-year-old, needing a little bit of a rest. Toshimitsu Endo is recovering from a slight injury picked up in training, so Guerrero is going to move over to the left wing. Alfonso Moutinho is going to get started on the right side. In the midfield, it's going to be Jones, Burford, and Larson, with Nikolai Rumyantsev in the middle on the attack. Hopefully we can put more goals in behind the Real Madrid goalkeeper than they put behind ours. I know it sounds cliche, but if we can put more goals on the board than they can, if we can head to the second leg with the lead, we stand a very good chance of making our first Champions League final in our first time in the competition. And that would be the pinnacle, at least to this point, of our Journeyman career. Can we make it happen? That is the question on everybody's mouths. Yellow cards going out to Ivan Fresneda and Levi Colwill, so 1 each. And the first highlight of the match is going to be a throw-in. Tom Burford is going to launch it in the final third. Gets through Moutinho. Sissoko has it. He's got Guerrero, and Guerrero has his 13th goal on the year. Fulham fans erupt in celebration. We've got a full house of 29,700 here at Craven Cottage to see Fulham take on Real Madrid. And Fulham draws first blood. Good job by Sissoko finding Guerrero open on the far post. Tirani really couldn't do anything about that. Moutinho has, as we mentioned, taken a slight knock. We're going to see and monitor him for the rest of this first half. Make sure that he is able to continue on. Federico Guerrero is also exhausted. So I think that it very well could be a situation where our match congestion is getting the better of us. Guerrero will come out in place of Federico Juarez. Moutinho will make way for Eftichis Sokos. And those will be the 2 changes we're going to make. Toshimitsu Endo, while he probably deserves a spot out on the pitch, again, coming off of that injury, we don't want to run the risk with any more of our players. Hopefully we can get through the rest of this first leg as healthily as humanly possible. 54 minutes have been played. A corner kick to be delivered by Jude Bellingham, still playing for Real Madrid. Looking near post. It will be put in by Nelson Viper, his 13th of the year. That will go off of the crossbar and down. I think Shavlina thought that was going to float over. Sadly, it did not. Shavlina had come out to make the play. He did not get there. And that was very unfortunate. Also unfortunate, Tom Burford is rather tired. He's kind of lagging out there. Kim Young-suk is going to take his place. Harvey Vale will come in for Alex Guest. And we've already made 4 changes with 30 minutes remaining in this match. Hopefully Madrid is feeling it just as much as we are. Sadly, a draw does favor Real Madrid as we take the second leg to their turf in just 6 days. And we do have a match against Liverpool on the weekend in the middle. So a lot of matches so far this year, and it is not letting up while the Champions League continues. 88th minute, swept away by Juarez, but Bellingham will pick it up. Larson, nice defensive play there. Sokos ahead for Rumyantsev. He's got a lot of men around him. Vaders is going to take him out and will be sent off. Raul Walters with the straight red card. That could be a very good thing for Fulham heading into the second leg, but Camavinga will play it up towards Vinicius Jr. Vinny Jr. still playing even 10 years into this save. Camavinga intercepted by Rumyantsev, or at least knocked out. Vinny Jr., though, is going to come off. A second yellow card for Eftisis Shokos, and we are also down to 10 men. Jones is going to slide out to that right-hand side. Do we have another change we can make? Yeah, we'll bring in Toshimitsu Endo against our better judgment. 10v10 for the final 60 seconds or so of this match, although I'm sure additional time is being added on because of the 2 red cards late in this second half. 1-1 is your score after the first leg. We took the lead 33 minutes in on Federico Guerrero's 13th. Nelson Viper off of a corner with his 13th in the 55th minute equalized for Madrid. And we are headed to Spain 1-1. Well, we were a bit worried about Liverpool over the weekend. They were in 5th place after all, and our toughest competition of the remaining 4 matches. We handled them quite easily. Well, I say we. Emmanuel Omega handled them quite easily. 3-0 victory on the back of an Emmanuel Omega hat-trick. Like I said, we did rotate the squad quite a bit. Marvin Akahomen, Diaby, Couchman coming back in. Obviously, Omega up top. Toshimitsu Endo coming back into the side along with Kim Young-suk. And Kim Seon-il making the start at goalkeeper because Nikola Shavlina picked up that little knock in the match. We didn't want to risk him for this one. We want him to be nice and fresh for leg number 2 at the Bernabeu in Madrid. And by virtue of a 2-2 draw between Spurs and City, we do have an outside chance of winning the Premier League. 7 points behind City. They have 2 matches left. We have 3. Now, they will need to lose their next 2 if we are to have a chance of taking the title. And, oh yeah, by the way, we need to win all 3 of the matches we have left. Now, again, that should be easier for us against Sunderland, Leicester, and Southampton, 3 bottom half teams. City, however, we need them to lose against Forest and Brighton. So, chances of us winning the Premier League are pretty much slim to none. However, by virtue of that win over Liverpool, we have officially qualified for next season's Champions League. $3.3 million in the wage bill. It's an increase of about $500,000 per week and a transfer budget of a whopping $111 million. Yes, we are playing with the big boys now. The big boys we are going after right now, however, are either Liverpool or Juventus. They are playing in the other semifinal of the Champions League. 0-0 the result of the first leg. Leg number 2 taking place at Anfield. The winner of that moving on to the Champions League final, as will the winner of this match against Real Madrid. We're at the Bernabeu. It's going to be Nikola Shavlina in goal, and back 4 of Guest, Sissoko, Gnayem, and Fresneda. Jones, Larson, and Burford in the midfield with Endo, Omega coming off of the hat-trick. He earned himself a second consecutive start. And Federico Guerrero leading the attack this afternoon. The biggest match of their careers to date is taking place in the Spanish capital of Madrid. Real Madrid taking on Fulham Football Club. 1-1 is the score after the first leg in London. Hopefully, the team in pink, that's us, can take care of business on the road. Not the first time that we've done so in Spain. We did it against Atleti. We didn't do it against Barcelona. I can't really use that as an example. We did it multiple times in Spain against Atleti. So we have been to Madrid already in this Champions League run, and we are now 70 minutes away, hopefully, from potentially making our very first Champions League final. Not a ton of activity. Bellingham is going to play it ahead for Gosens. Guest will swing it away. Camavinga picking it up. Rodrigo at the edge of the box plays it back for Jude Bellingham, carrying it in. He'll shoot and drive it well wide of that top corner that he was aiming for. First shot of the match, and it comes nearly 35 minutes in. A set piece, Guerrero on Tarati, making the save, tipping it up over the crossbar. So it will lead to a Fulham corner. Guerrero is going to deliver this as well. He's got Larson going short. Guerrero into the middle, headed away. Ghanayem, Fresneda blocked. Larson with the shot, and that's going to go all the way into the crowd. And no harm, no foul. Final third throw-in coming from Tom Burford in the 39th minute. He'll get it back. Play it into the middle, headed away by Real Madrid. Gerstjens coming clear with it along the near sideline. Turning it over to Endo. Endo for Guest. Jones back for Sissoko. Ghanayem with it now. Coming through the mid-circle. Moving it to the right-hand side. He's got Guerrero playing it forward. Omega is in. Omega shoots, and Omega misses. He found the target 3 times against Liverpool. Not so lucky in this match, but Fulham starting to pour things on late here in the first half. But we are going to end the first frame even 0-0. This is eerily reminding me of the last time we played in Madrid. 0-0 was the score of the second leg in that match, and we went to extra time and ultimately penalties where we were victorious 11-10. You guys saw that last week right here on Bottom to the Top. 60 minutes have been played, and we've got some knackered folks out on the field. Toshimitsu Endo is one of them. He's going to make way for Federico Juarez. Tom Burford. Kim Young-suk is coming to take his spot. Rumyantsev will replace Emmanuel Omega, who has been pretty good, and we will make those 3 changes. Going to keep our eye on Federico Guerrero. He is a bit tired, but he has also been having a pretty good game as well, although this second half has been all Real Madrid. 9-4 in the shots on goal. We've got 10 minutes remaining, and I don't know if Guerrero is going to make it much longer. Tembe with the throw-in. Bakayoko runs into some traffic before he escapes along the far sideline. Looking for Jude Bellingham. Back wide, Bakayoko. Guest will head it clear, but Ravella will knock it back. Bellingham with a drive from outside of the box, and Shavlina diving for it, does not need to make the save, and Federico Guerrero does ultimately have to come off. Matinho will take his spot. We have less than 5 minutes remaining in the original 90, and I think this is going to go to extra time, just like the tie against Atletico de Madrid did. 0-0 your score. Nary a shot on goal in that second half for Fulham, so hopefully extra time is a little kinder to us. 30 minutes left to decide who is going to the Champions League finals. The match between Liverpool and Juve is not taking place today, so we will not know who our opponent is, assuming we get through, until tomorrow. Alex Guest not playing very well. We can't make any subs at the middle. So Alex Guest will come off in place of Harvey Vale. Hugo Larson is also essentially dead. Armand Diaby coming in. He'll swap places with Joe Jones. Joe Jones moving a bit more forward. Diaby to take the spot of our deep-lying playmaker sitting between the midfield and the defense. We played 113 minutes. Fulham controlling. Ghanayem moving it forward. Rumyantsev laying it back for Fresneda. He'll survey ahead before flipping it to Matinho behind the defense. Matinho in the box will shoot across the goal mouth and miss it well wide. He had all the time in the world. Probably should have held up play and waited for some support. 1 minute to be added on, but there's still 30 seconds left before the 120 is done. Vinny Jr., Garal, save made by Shavlina. Bakayoko, Temple, Bellingham, back for Temple. Garay into the box. Serrano swept away by Kim Young-suk. Played to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. is in, and he will lay it into the goal. As the clock hits 120 minutes, Real Madrid takes the 2-1 lead with no time remaining on the clock. Great play by Kim Young-suk, but Real Madrid just able to get a foot in there. Bakayoko, Viper was there as well. Although he was offside. He was offside. I can't believe this. Oh, we go down 1-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. And our dream of winning the Champions League goes down the drain. 2-1 at the Bernabeu. Well, it was a fun run while it lasted. Juve ended up winning 4-1, so Liverpool is out as well. No more English teams in the Champions League. It's going to be Juve and Real Madrid for the final. We've got 3 matches left. I don't think we're going to come back for any of them unless by some sheer miracle we are competing for the Champions League title on the last match day of the season. We are very firmly entrenched in second place right now. I think that's where we are going to remain. So most likely we're going to come back tomorrow to wrap up the season and take care of our summer transfers. If not, we'll be vying for the Premier League title. We'll see what happens. I hope to see you then. Please make sure you like this video, subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.